So I create a lot of custom automation for people, and I get asked all the time, what are the recommended settings for, say, football or horse racing? A lot of the bots that I do, or 95% of the bots that I create for people, are based on the in-play football markets. But quite a lot don't know what refresh settings to use, so that's what I'm going to show you now. The first thing to do is come over to your advanced tab, and by default your restrict refresh is off. I always have this on, and I have mine set to 200 seconds before the event starts and 8,000 seconds after the event starts, which is around 133 minutes. This means taking the 15-minute halftime break into consideration and a extended period of injury time, especially at the minute where we have the halftime or the first half, second half, mid-half breaks. This will get you to about 20 minutes after the event should have finished, so it's plenty of time even for serious injuries. So the next important thing I would change is I will come over to the market tab and have a look at your refresh interval. Now by default I believe this is set to 1 second, which it's not fast enough for refreshing multiple markets, and the quickest you can have by default is 200 milliseconds. However, I have made changes in the settings so I can get 20 milliseconds. As you can see, it is refreshing every second, and this will happen on multiple markets. You want the refresh rate to be as quick as possible. So to change this, if we go into the one-click screen and if we go into your settings tab, and if we come over to communications, and by default use exchange streaming is turned off. So what you need to do, you need to check this box, and then you can change the background market prices to 20 milliseconds, and then you can save. Then if you change it on the one-click screen, and if you go into Guardian and change your refresh interval to 20 milliseconds as well, bearing in mind you will have to make a save again. If you don't currently have a setting saved, then what you can do is save it. For instance, I've saved mine as number 1. It will ask you to, if you haven't already got a setting saved, to make a new save. So name it whatever you want, and then when you open BetAngel again, you will be presented with the login page. Now on this login box, if you change it to your settings to number 1, then log in as usual. Once you close BetAngel down and log in again, this will automatically remember the last set of settings. So why is the restrict refresh important when you are loading multiple markets? Well, if you have loaded, let's say, 200 markets into Guardian and you've only got a handful of games that are actually in play, then these are the only games that you are really bothered about refreshing. What is the point in refreshing games that are 10 hours in advance? So as you can see, I have my restrict refresh to 200 seconds to 8,000 seconds, and it is only refreshing the games that are currently in play or about to go in play. Anything else is currently not refreshing. This means that the refresh interval can be solely focused on the most important games, and them important games are the ones that are about to go in play or the ones that are currently in play. If you are struggling with automation or just don't have the time to learn, I am currently providing a custom automation service. You can contact me on Twitter at LeeCalTrading or email me direct at lee.cal@outlook.com.